Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's stress relief and full body strengthening Pilates workout. This routine combines mindful breathing, gentle stretching, and Pilates strengthening exercises. You're going to feel great after completing this workout. You'll feel strong, well stretched, and a lot more relaxed. So with that in mind, let's get into our warm-up. So we're going to begin in a cross-leg position with the hips evenly weighted. We want a nice tall posture, so we're going to stack the vertebra one on top of the other, roll the shoulders gently down and back, chin is parallel with the floor, and the crown of the head is elevated up toward the ceiling. We'll begin with some deep Pilates breathing. So we're going to place the hands on the abdomen, and we're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4 and out through the mouth for a count of 6. Breathing deeply in through the nose and slowly out through the mouth. Good. Deeply inhale and slowly exhale, softening those shoulders. Good. In through the nose, filling the back of the rib cage. And slowly out through the mouth, controlling the flow of the breath. Breathing deeply and breathing the air out of the lungs. Let's take 2 more. Good, keeping those shoulders relaxed. And slowly exhaling all the air out of the lungs. Amazing. Now from here, we're going to lengthen the fingers up toward the ceiling. Deep inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right, bringing the right hand down toward the mat, bringing the left hand to the right knee, and just looking out over right shoulder. Stretching through the spine, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Inhale to center, and exhale, twist over to the left. Good. Stretching through the neck, mobilizing the spine. Good. Inhale, come forward and really enjoy that twisting through the spine, that gentle movement in the thoracic spine. Good. When I'm feeling stressed, I quite often have tension that builds up in the mid and upper back. This is a great release for that. And we're also preparing our body for exercise by stretching and mobilizing some of the major joints. Good. Back to center and lower those arms down. Now from here, I'm going to take my right hand down to the mat, lift the left arm up, and reach over to the right. Side body stretch. And back to center. Deep inhale and exhale. Reach and stretch. Keeping that right bum cheek down on the floor, keeping the chest nice and open here. Nice. Switching from side to side, lengthening through the side body. Good. Let's take 1 more. Reach a bit further and recenter. Nicely done. Now we're going to extend the spine. So we're going to bring the hands down on the mat. You can have the fingers turned out to the edges of the mat. Knees are bent. We're going to round forward, inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to extend the spine and open through the chest. Bringing the gaze up. Good. Inhale, curve inward. And exhale. Open up through the chest and stretch through the spine. Good. Let's take 2 more. Inhale. And exhale to open and stretch. Feels really good. Nice. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Stretch through those shoulders. Open the chest. and extend the spine. Nicely done. Okay, from here, stretch the legs out long. We're gonna lift the arms up really nice and high, palms facing forward. Deep inhale and exhale. Fold forward, reaching toward those toes, stretching through the back body. Inhale, lift and lengthen, stacking the vertebra. And exhale, fold and stretch. Good. Inhale, extend and lift. And exhale, reach a little bit further if you can, feeling the stretch all the way up the backs of the legs and into the spine. Last one, reach and stretch. And as you fold over this time, you can take a hold of your ankles or your feet if you can reach them. And just pull yourself into a really nice deep back body stretch for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Breathing as you stretch. And last one, ripple up and cross your legs. Now we're going to roll over the knees and bring the knees so that they're below the hips. We want the wrists below the shoulders here. From this position, we're going to drop the belly and arch the spine, bringing the gaze up. And then we're going to push the mat away, scooping the belly in and creating space between the vertebra as we round. Good. Arch. And exhale. Round. Dropping the crown of the head. Inhale, arch, roll those shoulders down away from your ears. And exhale, push the mat away, scoop the belly in, and stretch between those vertebrae. Inhale, and exhale. Last one, arch, and round. And then bring the spine back into neutral. Amazing work. From here, we're going to move into our upper body strengthening exercises. So we're going to be bringing the knee toward the elbow, either in a full plank position, or you can keep this left knee down on the mat like so. So you're going to keep the left knee down and then bring the knee in toward the elbow. I'm going to go into a full plank for this. So pick your level of challenge, knee down or both legs up in high plank, creating a nice strong plank, flat back. We're going to bring the left knee toward the left elbow for 1 and 2, scooping belly in, and 3, nice broad shoulders, and then pike up into a downward dog, stretching and lengthening through the spine. Nicely done. Come forward. Bringing right knee toward the elbow for 2 and 3. Hold in your plank and then pike up. Switching back to that left side. Nice broad shoulders for 2, abs in, and 3, and pike up. Stretching and lengthening through the spine. Last one on this left side. 1, 2, belly to spine, and 3. Now we're going to pike into our downward dog. Hold for a moment, and then we're coming forward into our high plank, and we're going to cross knee over to opposite elbow. 1, alternating sides, 2, for a total of 10. 3, abs in, 4, 5, nice hold, 6, keeping that flat line with the body. And last one, pike it up into your downward dog and relax here. Really flatten out the upper back. Breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth, keeping those hips elevated. From here, we're gonna lift up onto the toes and then draw the heels down toward the mat. Don't worry if your heels don't touch. You can also bend your knees more here as needed and lower the heels. Inhale to lift and exhale, lower those heels, stretching the backs of the legs. Inhale, elevate onto the toes. And exhale, push those heels down toward the mat. Really enjoying the stretch in those calves and hamstrings. Last one. And lower knees down to the floor. Great. Now from here, we're going to take the knees nice and wide. Walk the hands out a little bit further in front of the shoulders. We're pushing back into a child's pose, and we're going to go into some child's pose push-ups here. So we're coming forward, keeping the elbows close toward the side of the body. We're lowering, pushing up through the heels of the hands, and then sending the hips back toward the heels, stretching through the spine. Inhale, and exhale, push mat away, and stretch. Inhale, forward, exhale, push up through the heels of the hands, working the backs of the arms, and stretching the spine. Good. Ooh, elbow crack. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, send those hips back. Really focusing on the backs of the arms, doing the work as you push the mat away. Keeping those elbows in really close toward the side of the body. Keeping those shoulders down away from your ears. Nice long neck. Good. For 4. Strengthening the body as we stretch for 3. Good. And 2. Push up powerfully. And last 1. And hold for a moment in child's pose, just regulating the breath here, breathing in through the nose. And slowly out through the mouth. Lengthening through the spine. For 2. And 1. Nicely done. Now we're going to go into some side plank work. So I'm going to come down onto my forearms. I'm going to place my right forearm down on the mat. You have the option to keep your right knee down on the mat too, and it'll look like this. If you're keeping your right knee down, we're going to be threading the left arm through and then opening up to the side, threading through and opening up. If you want the more challenging version, you're going to come up into a plank. We're going to bring that left arm through and then lift and open to the side. Thread it through, stretching the shoulder, and open into a nice strong side plank. Thread it through and open up. 2 more. Good, last 1. And lowering down onto the opposite forearm. Same thing again, thread it through and open, reaching for the ceiling with those fingers. Keeping that lower hip elevated. Good, for 3, reach and open. 2, and final 1. Lower both forearms down to the floor. Hold in plank. So my forearms are parallel here. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, belly to spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees. Take them nice and wide and push back into your child's pose. Relaxing your forehead down on the mat for 5, 4, 3, nice deep breaths, and 1. Okay, from here we're going to move into position for some ab work. So we're going to roll down gently onto the mat, 1 vertebra at a time. We're going to take the legs nice and wide, knees are bent, and I'm just going to interlace my fingers and take them behind the head. Wide elbows, head rests heavy in the hands. We're going to start off with some crunches. So we're inhaling here, and we're exhaling to peel up into a crunch, pressing low back into the mat, and lowering. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift, tightening the core, and then lowering with control. Belly to spine, and inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, peeling head, neck, and shoulders up, and then lowering down. So holding for a split second as we contract the abdominals, and then lower head, neck, and shoulders. For 6, really warming up the abdominal wall. 5, peel up into that crunch. For 4, nicely done. And 3, last 2, drawing belly to spine. And final 1, nice work. Now from here, we're gonna stretch the legs out long, keeping them nice and wide. Point the toes and really switch on the calves and the calf and thigh muscles. We're gonna take the arms overhead, palms facing up toward the ceiling. Inhale here, and exhale, curl up, resting your head on top of your shoulders, reaching toward those toes. Inhale, lower, full body stretch. Exhale, curl and crunch up, tightening your core as you do so. Really reach for those toes. Hold for a split second. And then lower down. Nice. Inhale to lower. Exhale, breathe the air out as you crunch up. Really bringing energy into the body. Working those abdominals. Good, reach a bit further. Let's go 5. Lower with control. And 4. Lengthen through those arms. 3. Good. For 2. And final 1. And relax it down. I'm going to keep the right arm extended here. The left hand comes behind the head. And we're going to inhale to prepare and exhale, bringing the right fingers toward the left shin. Lower and repeat. Good. So I want you to really switch on that right leg as well, because you want to have it engaged so that you're not rocking from side to side here. Creating a lot of stability in the body as we work into those obliques. Good. Reach up nice and high, shortening the distance between the rib cage and the hip bone. Good. Let's go 4. Reach a bit higher. For 3. Good. Strengthening that side body. 2. Working that waistline. And 1. Amazing work. Let's switch sides. Taking the right hand behind the head. Left hand overhead. We're inhaling here and we're exhaling to cross over. Really anchoring down through that left leg. Pointing the toes. Working into the obliques as we cross over. Good. Last 5. Good. Really reach up nice and high with those fingers. Supporting your head in your hand. Last 2. Nice oblique work. And final 1. Amazing work. Now we're bringing both hands overhead and we're going to go into a roll over. The legs are about hip distance apart now. We're peeling up, reaching and stretching, and then lowering with control. Good. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, reach and stretch, folding over. Deep inhale here. And exhale, engage your lower abs as you roll back down. Good. Inhale to peel up, reach and stretch. Exhale, fold over. Good. And work those lower abs as you lower yourself down. Inhale up, reach and stretch. Exhale, fold over. Amazing work. Working that control, working the upper abs as we come up and the lower abs as we roll it down. We've got 3, and 2. Lengthen and lift. Lower with control. Final 1. Lift and lengthen and bring yourself down for a really nice back body stretch, taking hold of your ankles, calves, or feet. Regulating the breath after we just worked those abdominals so hard. Amazing work. Ripple up through the spine. From here, we're going to roll down once again, and this time we're going to be focusing on the glutes and the thighs. So we're going to do some bridge work here. I'd like you to position your heels so that they're below your knees. Your legs are about hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis back, flattening the low back into the mat, and peel up into a bridge. Good. Tightening the core, lifting the glutes. We're going to bring the arms overhead now, palms facing up, and we're going to add a spine stretch as we roll down. So we're inhaling, and as we exhale, we're going to lower the top part of the back down, lower the middle, and as you roll down one vertebra at a time, I want you to keep reaching your fingers toward the wall behind you so you stretch the spine. Good. Lower arms back the sides, and we're going to repeat. Tilt the pelvis back, peel up into your bridge, reach the arms back, reach, keep stretching back behind you as you lower your back, pressing each individual vertebra down onto the floor one at a time. Good. Tilt the pelvis back, lift, reach back, keep reaching, and exhale one vertebra at a time, lowering back down. Good. 2 more like this. Amazing work. Now from here, we're going to lift the hips, bring the arms over the shoulders, palms facing in toward each other. We're going to lower the hips, hover the bum above the floor, and then lift, driving up through the heels. Lower and lift, coming into some slow but powerful pulses, lowering and squeezing the glutes and engaging the core as you push those hips up. Keeping the tailbone tucked, protecting the low back. Nice strong core for 4 and 3. Abs in for 2 and final 1, and lower down. Bring the knees in toward the chest, stretching out the lower back for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to roll over onto the side body and continue to work those hips, glutes, and thighs. So I'd like you to stretch out really nice and long, plug your navel in, relax those shoulders. Hand comes onto the mat for stability. We're gonna lift the legs up and bring the feet forward so we're in a pike position. From here, we're gonna go into some large circles with that top leg. So we're going to lift the leg and circle it back. Lift the leg up and circle it back. Good. Now, if you're losing stability here, you can bend that lower leg. That's going to give you more stability. Good. Good. 2 more like this. And last 1. Nicely done. Now we're going to switch directions. I want you to use your big toe like a pencil in the air, drawing nice big circles, mobilizing those hips. Good. For 3. Tighten the core for more stability. And 1 more. Nicely done. Now I'm going to take the top leg up, lengthen out through the big toe, and then flex, lowering down. So we're lifting, finding length, and then flexing the foot to lower down. Inhale up, flex to lower. Inhale up, and exhale lower. So really focusing on those lower body muscles. Good, keeping the shoulders relaxed, really important when we're working the lower body to be conscious of what's happening in the upper body. We don't want to be building more tension in those shoulders and neck, especially after a stressful day. Good. Let's go 4 and 3, belly to spine as you lower down. For 2, nice work. And final 1, lowering down, amazing. Now we're going to sweep the legs around and lower down onto the side body. Good. From here, supporting the head with the hand, or you can lay on your outstretched arm. We're gonna pick those feet up and bring them forward, plugging navel in. Let's bring the leg up and circle round. Good, bring the leg up and circle round. Good, bend the lower leg as needed for more stability. 3 more in this direction. Good, really mobilizing the hip, pointing through the toes. Good. Right, let's switch directions now, circling back. Good. For 5, find as much length as possible. 4, keep that neck and shoulder area relaxed. Last 2, nice and smooth. And final 1, amazing. Now bringing that leg up and flexing to lower. Lengthening through the toes and then lengthening through the heel. Good. I love the pointing and flexing of the foot. It really helps to strengthen the lower body muscles and also promote flexibility and circulation in the legs. Good. As you lower that heel down, I want you to plug your navel in as you exhale. Good. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Okay, from here, we're going to move into an all fours position. So you have the option here of coming up onto those hands like so, or coming down onto the forearms. If you're up on your hands, you want your wrists below your shoulders. If you're down on your forearms, you want your elbows below your shoulders. I'm gonna start off with this right side. So I'm going to bend the right knee and I'm going to extend the leg out. Now let's add a flex. So point, flex, extend. Point to bend, flex and extend. So this one we're gonna get really powerful in these kickbacks. So if you've had a stressful day, powerful movements can be really beneficial. We're strengthening, we're pushing away bad energy. Good, so really powerfully kick back as you flex that foot. Strengthening those glutes and thighs as you do so. Keeping the hips square with the mat and that neck nice and long and relaxed. Good. And kick back. Good work. Let's go 5. Focusing on those right glutes. Full extension of the leg. For 3, relax shoulders. For 2, tighten the core. And final 1, amazing work. Now from here, I'm gonna come up onto my hands. You can stay down on your forearms if you'd prefer. I'm gonna cross over bent leg and then lift up and over, tapping the opposite corner of the mat. So we're drawing a rainbow shape in the air as we tap the big toe from one side to the other. Good. Make sure that your shoulders are nice and broad, that you're really pushing the mat away, up through those hands or elbows. Good. Core is engaged, really important here, so you're not stressing your lower back. Lift up and over, really squeeze the glutes, particularly at the top of that lift. Good. Let's go 3. And 2. And final 1. We're going to bring the leg to center here and just gently pulse it up for 10, 9, squeeze the glutes, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, flex the foot, and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Stretch back into your child's pose. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing. We're going to switch sides. So from here, coming down onto those forearms to start off with, I'm going to make sure the knees are below the hips and the elbows are below the shoulders. Left leg is bent, toes are pointed, and we're going to kick out with a flexed foot. Tap and kick powerfully. Tap and kick. Good. Kicking away the things we don't want. Bad feelings, negative thoughts. Good. Any stress. Strengthening the body, doing good things for ourselves, for our mental health, for our physical health. Good. Nice work. Kick back. Really focusing on those left glutes and thighs now. Let's go 5 and 4. Relax those shoulders for 3 and 2 and final 1. Coming up onto those hands or keeping the forearms down on the mat as we go into those rainbow taps. Squeezing the glutes. Make sure you're level and balanced across your shoulders and your hips. Good. Tapping from side to side. Squeezing your glutes at the top of every lift. Amazing work. Stay centered. Try not to lean over to your supporting side. Let's go 3, 2, and final 1. Come to center. Make sure your belly is plugged in and start pulsing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold and flex. Good. Pulsing it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. We're now going to move into our cool down. So take the knees nice and wide. Keep the hips elevated this time. And lower down into a puppy pose. Preparing for a really well-deserved cool down here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as you lengthen through the spine. Nice work. Good for 3 and 2. Nice regulation of the breath. And last 1. Good. Now we're going to bring the hands to either side of the mat. We're going to bring the right foot between the hands and we're going to come up into a hip flexor stretch. So I'd like you to lengthen that back leg straight out behind you. You can interlace your fingers. Just place them on the right thigh and just gently push forward with that left hip so you're feeling the stretch in that left hip flexor. Good. If it feels comfortable for you, I'd like you to take your left arm up and just gently fold over to the right deepening the stretch as you do so. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Lower both hands back down to the mat. Bring your left foot forward. Interlace your fingers. Take them on your left thigh, setting yourself up for that right hip flexor stretch. Gently pushing that right hip forward. Option to take your right hand up and just gently fold to the side. Good. Amazing work. Reach a bit further if you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower knee down. Place your hands down on the floor. Spread your fingers, curl your toes, and pike back into a downward dog, lifting those hips nice and high. And just taking a moment here to pedal out the heels, drawing alternating heels down to the mat. Keeping those hips elevated, the upper back nice and flat. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees down to the floor. Bring yourself into a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together. And just hinge forward, stretching out those hips and inner thighs. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, relaxing those shoulders. Good. And lifting up, bringing the right foot in toward the left thigh. Lifting the arms and folding and stretching. Keeping that right bum cheek down on the floor. Good. Folding a little bit more deeply for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elevating up. And switching sides, sitting up nice and tall, and then folding over. Keeping the left bum cheek on the floor as you stretch through your side and your leg. Good. Fold over a little bit further if you can, deepening the stretch. Drawing nice deep inhales and slow controlled exhales. For 3, and 2, and 1. Amazing. Bring yourself back to a cross-leg position. And we're just going to stretch out the neck a little bit here. Looking to the right. Stretching through the neck. You can bring your hands down onto the mat if that feels good. Back to center. Inhale and exhale. Look over to the left. Good. Back to center. Looking down at the floor, feeling the stretch through the back of the neck. And we'll repeat that. Over to the right. Stretching and lengthening. Back to center. Looking out over the left shoulder. Back to center. And then bringing the gaze down. If you'd like to interlace your fingers and just sort of weigh your head down a little bit with the hands, you can. Nice, releasing that tension in the neck. And we're gonna finish off with some feel-good shoulder rolls. So let's lift the shoulders up and roll them down and back for 4. And 3, shrugging and melting away tension for 2. And last 1. Amazing work. I hope you're feeling a lot less stressed. I hope you're feeling calm, strong, and relaxed. You did amazingly well. You should feel proud of yourself and accomplished. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.